Oh, that's quite fun. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a charity thing, I believe. No, just stay.
Not around? I do, yeah.
It's got in
So, then I should be connecting this. Okay. I'm going to be presenting in a couple of seconds, okay? So maybe just hold the camera and then I'll come around. I'm just getting the website up so I can actually... Okay, cool. I'm going to start presenting. Yeah, we got everything set up. Okay, so I'm going to come around this side. Do you mind moving back? Okay. All set? All good, okay. We are now down broadcasting live outside Downing Street in central London. Welcome on to the channel if you are new. Thank you all for tuning into this stream. So basically this is the movers and shakers along with Parkinson's UK and Spotlight Yo PD to call action on the government to take action to improve the lives of people with Parkinson's disease, which is a neurological condition that affects all aspects in their lives and prevents people with Parkinson's from doing certain things. So basically, currently at the moment, there is no cure for Parkinson's, and the government have tried coming up with something back in 1960. However, ever since then, that has been the only way they have been using to deal with Parkinson's. So this group, right now, they are trying to lobby the Prime Minister to take action, increase funding and research into looking for a preventable, looking for a cure for Parkinson's disease. So the movers and shakers are currently outside Downing Street. It is World Parkinson's Day today. Welcome on to the live, everyone. I hope you're doing well. I'm going to try to interview some people. Jeremy Paxman is down here as well, so we could try to talk to him, see what his experience has been like. As we know, he has a disease too. So thank you all for joining. I'll show you what's happening. So a lot of people right now are being let into Downing Street. I think obviously we're going to be filming from the outside. I'll try my best to zoom in, but I'm assuming the Prime Minister will walk out fairly shortly, probably within the next 5 minutes, because they're going to be handing in this petition. So I'll just show you what it's like. So just point that way. So as we see, there's a small group. They've just got into just outside number 10 through the gates there. As we see, there's a sort of waiting area as well, where they have to go through airport-style security to actually go outside number 10 and then actually hand in this petition. So this is a really significant day today. Thank you all for joining. I'm going to try get some interviews in, all sorts. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's broadcast down in Westminster. Once again, thank you, everyone. Yeah. Hey guys, we're going to try speak to a few people here, see what they have to say on camera. Hi there, how are you? My name is Louis. I'm an independent journalist. Do you want to say a few words to the camera about your campaign today and what effect you think it will bring?
Yeah, thank you for asking. Yeah, I think raising awareness of Parkinson's is really important because it's a disease that the public really don't understand. And so anything that can be done with a charter like this. Okay, yeah, anything can be done with a charter like this, and the movers and shakers with their profile is going to be really advantageous to get more public awareness, get understanding of what Parkinson's is really about. And the fact that the amount of money we spend on research is paltry, and that really needs to be increased. The sort of care that people with Parkinson's get is really poor at the moment, and that needs to be upgraded significantly. So events like today are all here to do that.
And in terms of the UK government's response and looking into this, do you think they're currently doing enough? And what steps should they take to go further?
I don't think they're doing enough at the moment, no, absolutely. And that's why days like today are absolutely essential to raise awareness in their minds. And as I say, the funding for Parkinson's is really poor. And the kind of service and resources that are available for people with Parkinson's is quite low at the moment. And that definitely needs to be increased. So hopefully the government will listen to this. And I think Parkinson's is a very common disease now and increasing exponentially. And so it definitely needs more resources looking into the future.
And in terms of you guys being here today, have a lot of people walking past asked questions and being quite open about what you guys are currently doing?
Yeah, I think so. And there was something on television this morning, and there was a billboard in the underground. This is World Parkinson's Day. So, yeah, there's been a lot happening. Lots of people have been asking questions here. And there's been people with Parkinson's and their partners coming from all over the country to support the movers and shakers and the other charities with this charter, yeah.
Do you feel like you're getting more support and also attention, especially in media, day by day?
I think so. There's been more on television recently, haven't they, with adverts with Parkinson's UK, doing adverts for getting awareness of Parkinson's elevated. So yeah, gradually, I think awareness is getting much better. But a lot of Parkinson's symptoms are hidden symptoms. I think people just think it's a shaking issue, when actually there's a lot of symptoms that are behind that are very difficult, non-motor symptoms, very difficult to manage. And those are the ones that really need a lot of attention from the NHS and the government.
And in terms of Parkinson's overall, do you know anyone who is personally affected by the disease itself, and what has their experience been like trying to manage it?
Yes, my wife has Parkinson's and my father had Parkinson's as well, so I'm quite familiar with the disease. And it is, you really don't understand it until you actually see it or live with it. And it's a very difficult disease to live with because you don't know how far and how fast it's going to develop. So, yeah, I mean, the more support that people with Parkinson's can get, the better. And they absolutely need more than they get at the moment.
And in terms of the funding and the research, what amount do you think should the government set aside to actually do this properly and effectively?
Well, a lot more than at the moment. It's a very paltry sum that goes into research at the moment. And the charities like Cure Parkinson's and Parkinson's UK, they put a lot of effort into trying to generate money independently, but they can only be successful with relatively small amounts for the total that's needed in the long run. So a lot more research needed in the future. I mean, the main drug to manage Parkinson's now was developed in the 60s. So we've hardly had any advancement of new drugs to manage the symptoms in quite a while now. And there is a huge amount of research going on, but it just needs more to make sure we get on top of this disease better.
Now, the process you guys are undergoing to get the message through to the government is very professional and the way you're doing it, but do you feel like this could lead to debate in House of Commons and maybe new laws being introduced to look further into this?
Well, let's hope so. I mean, all we can do is just continue to raise awareness and see if we can push the right buttons and get the politicians to stand up and pay more attention, and particularly, obviously, the government itself.
Has your local MP been quite responsive to your guys' movement?
Not that I'm aware.
Sure. Thank you so much for your time today. My name is Louis. Really good meeting you. And you can find our live broadcast. We have a channel with over 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. We broadcast all sorts of things in Down in Westminster and all over London. So it's called Louis Errington.
Louis Errington.
Yeah, you can see on YouTube and also on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. So you can see more short form content on there. Yeah, definitely. You can feel free to maybe take a photo if you want. Sorry, I don't have any cards on me, but just so you can check this interview we've just done, and if you want to, feel free to repost it elsewhere as well. So Wonderful. Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, sorry, just put my. Really good meeting you there. Thank you so much. All the best. Take care. As we're currently outside of Downing Street, and they should be handing in this petition fairly shortly. We're going to try zoom in and try get a good shot on camera, but there's a lot of people down there at the moment speaking with the media and getting a lot of attention. So Jeremy Paxman is here, there are a few others as well. And just to give you guys a bit of background information, so basically the movers and shakers are made up of Jeremy Paxman himself, Cure Parkinson's patrons, Roy, Kevin Jones, Ghislaine, Lacey Sommer, Mark Mardle, Nicholas Mawson, and each with a career in the public eye. They began meeting at the pub at Notting Hill to have a laugh and a bit of a moan about living with Parkinson's, which they then decided to record and turn into a podcast. Now it's in third season. The podcast they created has become a huge hit, with many describing it as a source of information, support, motivation, and humour. The team has also recently won the prestigious Broadcasting Guild Podcast of the Year. Through the thousands of emails and letters the group has received since this podcast started, they have gained a real insight into the experiences of others living with the condition. This has led to them to the conclusion that Parkinson's, the fastest growing neurological condition in the world, must be taken more seriously, and action is required by the government and also healthcare providers such as the NHS. Very good, thanks. So this year they intend to use their platform, in their words, quote, and I quote, raise something of a stink and both move and shake the powers that be. The group have published a charter, and I quote, the Parky Charter, which describes 5 things that people affected by Parkinson's disease need from the government and also the healthcare providers. So that's just a bit of background information just to give you guys, if you're still wondering. We're going to try to speak to more people. We're currently outside Downing Street, and I'm pretty certain the Prime Minister might be walking out and meeting them, having a discussion, talking face to face about this issue currently going on. And that is, it's increasingly becoming a problem. More and more people are going down with this disease, and it's also affecting their livelihoods and the style in which they can operate and function on a day-to-day basis. But we're down here. There's a fair few dozen people here. A lot of cars passing by, cheering on this lobby, this pressure group, right? But yeah, we're just going to currently walk forward. I'll show you down here. There's no police presence because this is a pressure group that are actually lobbying the government to more funding, but yeah, gaining a lot of support, especially from members of the public and also passers-by who are showing their solidarity with this group. But we're going to try to speak to more people down here right now. Huge shout out to my cameraman who's been helping me today. That's really much appreciated. Sorry? Jeremy Paxman is down there. I'm going to talk to him when he walks out. Yeah. Hi there, my name's Louis. Really nice to meet you. How are you? Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, so we have a live broadcast. I'm an independent on YouTube with a channel that has over 10,000 subscribers. But would you mind giving my viewers a bit of background information about your guys' campaign and why you're here?
Yeah, it's World Parkinson's Day today, so April 16th. So we're here to hand in something called the Parky Charter, and we're trying to campaign for more help, more support for people suffering with Parkinson's, and to really try and get more investment into the NHS for Parkinson's.
Now, in terms of the government's current response, do you think they're doing enough?
At the moment, we really need more nurses, we need more help in the NHS so that people with Parkinson's can get their medication on time, and we need a whole series of things for this to help people deal with this condition. And we're hopeful that today will raise awareness. We've got a poster campaign, we've got lots of publicity on social media. Tonight in Piccadilly Circus we'll have posters going up on the main thing to raise awareness of Parkinson's.
Now, I know this is a very personal question, but do you know any friends and family or relatives of yours who have Parkinson's, and what has their experience been like living with the condition?
My mum has Parkinson's, so it's a unique condition. There's 40 different types of symptoms, so nobody with Parkinson's has the same type of symptoms. So one day can be one way and another can be another day. So you can have very different variety of symptoms on different days, which makes it such a unique condition.
Now, we know there's a fair few people here supporting this and in solidarity with you guys, but do you feel like day by day you're gaining more and more media attention, and especially online?
Yeah, so online, it's been amazing today. We've launched a series of videos about the many faces of Parkinson's. So they're on the Parkinson's UK website if you want to see them. And we're really trying to get over that it's a unique condition and there's lots of different types of Parkinson's, and how people can recognise that and how they can support and care for people with Parkinson's.
So what strategies would you like to see played out by the Prime Minister and the rest of his team?
There's currently a shortfall of NHS Parkinson's nurses, and what we're trying to do in the charity is pump prime, so we fundraise to help support and fund Parkinson nurses for a period of time, and then if that's successful the NHS take that over. So we're asking for more support from the NHS for Parkinson nurses and more support for other types of medication. Parkinson's people take a lot of complex tablets every day for the condition, and they need to get their medication on time when they're in hospital.
And do you want to say a few more words to the camera about your guys' campaign and how you think it will play out within the next couple of months? And do you think it will be successful?
So today is just a start. It's actually a whole month of raising awareness about Parkinson's, and it's not just in the UK, it's worldwide. So you might have seen recently Michael J. Fox's Parkinson's film on Apple called Still, and so we're trying to raise awareness not just today in the UK and here in Westminster, but across the world.
So thank you so much for your time on camera today. My name is Louis Arrington. You can find us all over the place. Feel free to take a photo on my channel. Apologies, I don't really have any cards to give you, but yeah, so you can see the interview. We're broadcasting to over 10,000 people, so yeah, and feel free to share it and all sorts. Thank you very much. So guys, yeah, that was an interview with one of the people down here. We're going to try to speak to more as well. And yeah, so as we see at the far end, there's a small group just outside number 10, just through the gates here. We're right outside, so near the road, but yeah, we're going to try to speak to more people, see what's happening. We're going to probably try wander there, get a good view on camera. But remember to share this live stream, so if you enjoy it, welcome to the channel if you're new. Thank you all for joining once again. Hope everyone's doing well, having a good week. We're going to be streaming this weekend. We're going to be doing the protest outside the Cenotaph. So yeah, that should be quite good. Yeah, guys, also just to just as an important channel notice information. So yeah, as we just see, they're currently in the distance. So I'm just going to zoom out quickly after. I just need to give people a... Yeah. So guys, basically, important information. This is to all the moderators, and especially to the new moderators I've added to the channel recently. We have to stick to the guidelines on YouTube as being impartial. Please don't express any political views. I hope you understand. Thank you all for understanding and supporting. But especially to all the new mods there, please do remain impartial, and please don't express anything political on the live chat. And I'd very much highly appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hey guys, we're just zooming in there, and they're currently just waiting, I think, for a response from number 10. But yeah, they're handing in the petition now. They're going to try resolve or try, I think, talk with the Prime Minister.
Prime Minister sadly is not there though.
Prime Minister's not there. Do you know who is?
I don't know who it's being handed into, but
Okay.
it's really to raise awareness.
Do you want to? So I'm just going to quickly. I'll set the camera up quickly. One second. Guys, so we got someone else on. So could you give my viewers a bit of background information?
Well, I'm really here just to support and be in the background, but it's bringing the petition to really heighten the awareness of Parkinson's and to make sure that everyone throughout the country gets equal representation and a chance to actually see specialists and have the care that they require. Because at the moment I think it's somewhat patchy and they want to heighten awareness for everybody.
Now, in terms of the government's response so far, what measures do you think they should take to look into the potential cures and funding?
Extra funding would always be brilliant. There are plenty of drug companies looking into cures. At the moment, most of them are really only able to look at slowing down the progression of the disease because it's such a complicated disease with 30 or 40 different representations. Slowing down would be a good start. Cure would be wonderful, but because most of us who have Parkinson's are receiving the same sort of treatment as people were receiving back in the 1960s, so anything beyond that would be wonderful.
Definitely. Madam, thank you so much for your time today on camera. My name is Louis. Really nice meeting you. You can see my channel on YouTube if you want to take a quick photo of it. We currently have a broadcast to over 10,000 people on here. Hi there. How are you? You okay? Oh, nice. Yeah, sure. Definitely, yeah. I'm just going to quickly show this lovely. Thank you so much for your time. Yeah, hi there. Nice to meet you, Louis. How do you do?
Nice to see you. Where are you from?
I'm an independent, and we got my cameraman behind, but yeah, I cover all sorts of stuff down in London. But would you mind giving my viewers maybe a bit of background information about this going on?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, it's the Movers and Shakers, of which I'm the publicist. I don't have it myself, but they're all great friends of mine. Have come up with a wonderful Parky charter to ask for 5 major points that are going to really transform the lookout, we hope, for all Parkinson's patients. And that's what they're presenting along with the 20,000 signatures at Downing Street. But they've done an incredible job. The podcast has gone absolutely viral, and it is wonderful.
So you've been gaining a lot of media attention, support from a lot of members of the public, probably throughout the past couple of months. And how do you see this moving forward?
I think it will just grow and grow. We're fortunate that they're so well known, that they're all big figures. They're sort of silverbacks in their own right. So we've got some great people, and it really helps to get publicity when you've got people who are both funny and clever and know all there is to know about the technology side of it and the future cures and the breakthroughs.
Now, moving forward, what measures would you like to see taken from the government in response to Parkinson's disease?
Well, the Charter has 5 particular recommendations, and one of those is that everybody should see as soon as possible a proper Parkinson's specialist, a proper specialist Parkinson's nurse, that they should be diagnosed really quickly, because half the problem is that very often people go for years without being diagnosed. And we want the treatment to be consistent for everybody, not just people living in London, but for people on their own in the country.
So this is a national sort of thing, and is it also worldwide at the same time?
Well, we're doing it on a national level, but we would love to see it spread further. And the beauty of having 6 very well-known people from very different walks of life means that there's a lot of take-up and so much interest. They're also extremely funny, and they're funny on the sort of embarrassing and the wretched bits of it, as well as just sort of saying, telling you what there is to know about Parkinson's.
Yeah, definitely. And I heard that you guys run some sort of podcast. How's that going at the moment?
Yeah, well, that's in Movers and Shakers. They make the podcast over a pint in a pub called the Ladbroke in Notting Hill, which is Jeremy Paxman's local. And yes, you can hear I think that's why it's so convivial. You can hear the pints clinking in the background, and they have a good time.
Of course. And what steps, in terms of funding, would you like to see from the government and the cabinet as a whole? And how much do you think should be set aside solely to look into this?
Well, I think we'd all love to see a lot more funding for Parkinson's, because at the moment there are a lot of people who are unable to work because the measures aren't put in place to enable them to work, and yet they could if quite minor changes were made. And at the moment it's costing the country billions in the economy through the loss to the labour market. So that's one thing we're really drawing attention to.
So do you want to say a few more final words about your guys' campaign and how you think it would play out in the future?
Well, I think the movers and shakers absolutely love the camaraderie of it. They love getting together. They love being able to feel that they're not on their own. And I think that they've made a whole community of people with Parkinson's feel like they're part of the club as well. And I think it draws everybody together. It makes them feel they're not alone, and it really boosts their spirits. And I hope it goes on doing that.
Definitely. Look, thank you so much for your time today on camera. My name is Louis Arrington. You can see my YouTube channel here if you want to take a quick screenshot of it. We have a live broadcast to over 10,000 people, so yeah, feel free to
lovely.
feel free to take photo. Perfect. Thank you very much indeed. That's really kind. Yeah. So guys, we were just talking to a few people there. Just gonna
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. We have a good angle here, so I think a representative of the Prime Minister, as one of the other people we interviewed earlier, will be coming out shortly, talking with them. They'll be handing in a petition soon, and then I think they'll be coming out, emerging from the gates of Downing Street very shortly to inform us what has just happened behind. But yeah, we're currently broadcasting live. Welcome onto the channel. Hope you're all doing well. Thank you once again for the support. Should we just quickly zoom in? So as we see now, we're zooming into the to the distance over there, where a small group of people, including Jeremy Paxman himself, are actually lobbying the government and trying to get a response from them. Sorry. I think you'll see him go out because I only came here and just getting. Yeah. Sorry. Really? Jeremy Clarkson. Sorry? No, it's one from the BBC. I think he's a journalist. I don't know. Do you want to just show the gates of Downing Street?
So what's going to happen about handling a petition so that
Yeah.
people are made aware of
Yeah.
when it's going to happen?
Yeah, definitely. Not someone to,
They know, they seem to
oh,
know
look,
that.
yeah, something's happened. There's a car going through.
Here they are, they're coming back. Yeah, they're coming out now. This side. Better than the current one then. Brilliant. You're off to the custom Did you enjoy that?
Yeah. Another yard. New finance advisor. Another yard.
Excuse me, who are they? Excuse me, who are they?
As long as you like this. As long as you like. So they were very, very polite. We've obviously got a new batch of policemen since Andrew Mitchell drove through here.
Did you tell them they were pros?
No, I didn't. Plebs, yeah, get it right.
Yeah. Hello there, my name is Louis. Nice to meet you. How are you? I'm an independent. Would you mind telling my viewers what you guys are doing today outside?
We're handing in,
and giving a bit of background.
two documents to Number 10. One is a charter, which has 5 simple demands for better. You ready to go? 5 simple demands, requests. Please, please, for better treatment of people with Parkinson's in the National Health Service and in the benefit system. And the 5th is also that the government provide more funding to find a cure for this dreadful disease, very annoying disease. And that was the first document we handed in. The second document was a petition in support of the charter, which had how many signatures?
Over 20,000.
Over 20,000 signatures. And as I pointed out, 1 Parkinson's signature is worth 5 normal signatures because it takes about hours to write anything down when you've got Parkinson's. So we reckon in real money we've got about 100,000 signatures. So that's what we've been doing. We've been handing them in, and this may be the sort of dying days of this government, but there's still time enough for them to do something about it, in our opinion. Don't you think?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What measures would you like to see from them take in the future?
The principal measures, the principal measures, the first and most important one is that people should see the neurologist after they've been referred by their GP within 16 to 18 weeks, as opposed to 2 years, which people are waiting for to get their diagnosis. Until you've got your diagnosis, nothing. That's the trigger that opens everything. and people are waiting up to 2 years to see a neurologist, which is, in my opinion, what's the word? There's a no, I can't say that. It's a family show. It is not good. And it's anyhow, it's Gillian. The whole charter initiative came from Gillian. It was her idea, and so she's not even the midwife. She's the mother. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't really my idea. It was the idea of everyone who wrote to us. It became more and more evident as people were writing to us that we have a very nice, privileged lifestyle here, and that we do see people, and we are lucky. But it's not the case for everyone. And it suddenly occurred to me that, hang on a minute, what we started off as a sort of laugh and a moan, as we called it in the pub, can't just be a laugh and a moan. If people are relying on us to actually do something around here, and so we should.
So what measures would you like to see the government take over the next couple of months?
Well, I mean, there's one, for example, calling for a passport for parkies. What that would mean is that people don't assume that when you're assessed for a benefit that you could get better. We'd love to get better. Of course, we'd love to get better, but we can't. It's a degenerative illness, and therefore it's pointless, and it costs the government money as well to assess us every year. So why don't they scrap that?
It's a completely false economy, appointing people as assessors who don't have the experience of the condition. I mean, and who make an award in favour of a certain type of benefit called a PIP, make an award which says we'll review it in a year to see if you've got better. I mean, this is completely absurd. You're not going to get better from Parkinson's. It's a progressive, progressive not in that sense, not in a good sense, degenerative disease. And so, I mean, they've got the power to make an award for 10 years. And with only a review if there's been a change of circumstances. Why they don't do that in all Parkinson's cases, I have no idea.
And then we've got other things on there which are very, very simple, like calling for more information when people are diagnosed. Why doesn't every hospital have leaflets with information about Parkinson's so people are not totally lost when they get diagnosed? That's a very easy one, I would have thought, to implement.
I was in my GP, which is a well-resourced and well-functioning GP the other day, and there was a great rack with a whole array of leaflets on it about every disease under the sun except
of course
Parkinson's.
They say in unison. Yeah.
So that would be a simple reform. How much would that cost to have a leaflet giving comprehensive information to somebody who's got Parkinson's?
And in fact, if we're looked after better, if we get onto the medication sooner, we're less likely to fall over and occupy a bed in a hospital that doesn't need to be.
I mean, one of the other things we're calling for is a multidisciplinary team. And what that means is having, for example, physiotherapists on the team. Now, a physiotherapist compared to a consultant is not as expensive for the NHS. So we do have an eye on budget as well. These are not completely unrealistic demands. And yet, the only thing that halts this disease, not by a lot, but it not halts, but slows it, is exercise. So if we can all start doing exercise,
this is absolutely true.
We'd be much less of a burden.
Exercise and diet are as important as the medication. But when I was diagnosed, nobody mentioned that to me.
Not to me.
Did anybody mention that to you?
It's bizarre. You're basically told you've got Parkinson's, we'll see you in a year. And hopefully they will see you within a year. But
I just have confidence, not it's too. So it's really inadequate, the care. And I think people have been silent for far too long because they haven't known where to turn. And we seem to have morphed into this voice for Parkinson's. We're not quite sure how ourselves, but now that we are the voice, we better bloody use it. Maybe without the bloody.
No, bleep. Where's the bleeper? Have you got a bleeper?
Put that on anyways. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Final question here. So with this movement as a whole, do you think you're gaining traction every day, especially in media, online?
I do. It's extraordinary. It's like a sort of great burgeoning, blossoming thing that's happening, isn't it?
But more importantly, it's the effect on people with Parkinson's. People come up to us and say, "You are transforming our life." It's like a weekly consultation. They are learning things, and they're particularly learning. They're learning that they're not alone, and that they can go outside and even though it's an embarrassing illness at times, they can live with it in public.
Definitely. Have you had any response from MPs in the House of Commons
Yes, we have
so far?
various meetings with ministers and oh God, Parkinson's moment. What's it called? The other side.
What?
Ministers and
Shadow ministers.
Shadow ministers. Yeah, lined up. Sorry, it does happen from time to time. That's another
We've got some meetings lined up with the Secretary of State, which has been very kind. On the I think the 24th of this month, she's agreed to see us. Give us the Secretary of State for Health, Victoria Atkins, is going to see us, and then we've got meetings with the shadow ministers as well at about the same time.
for disability, etc., and for science.
So, in terms of the meetings, what outcome would you like to see from them?
Well, all those things we talked about, really.
We'd just like to see
Immediately.
We'd like to see at least some of the immediate implementation of some of the items on the charter, which are capable of being implemented without cost and without delay. So, for example, the leaflet that would cost in real terms absolutely nothing.
And you know what? We're actually even prepared to help with them. We could write the sorry. We could write them. We could write them for people, and they could just revise them. I mean, that would take so little effort on the NHS's part if we submitted something and then they simply printed it up and put it in every hospital. Not wildly unrealistic demands, I think. Yes.
Thank you so much for your time today on camera. It's been a pleasure having you guys on. My name is Louis Arrington. You can find us on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, everywhere. A lot of social media platforms. Really good meeting you. And yeah, definitely really good meeting you. Thank you. Thanks, sir. I'll just show you my channel if you want to take a photo of it quickly.
What do you want to say?
I'll just show you a photo on my channel if you want to take a photo of it quickly, just for reference. Sorry, I don't have any cards on me at the moment, so
Don't worry.
I sort of came a tiny bit unprepared, but yeah, try my best without that.
There we go. Thanks very much.
Thank you so much.
Okey-dokey.
Pleasure. Guys, we're gonna head this way. Try and interview some more people. We're currently outside Downing Street in Westminster. I'm gonna head there now. So they've just handed over their petition to the government, basically. They want the government to increase funding into looking for a solution or cure to Parkinson's disease. So yeah, we had a few interviews already. You can feel free to play back the live stream. We interviewed a decent amount of people, but I'll just show you a quick view. We're outside number 10 right now. Is that? Yeah. You know which one it is? I don't know the glasses.
Just because I want to show that it was at number 10. And how many signatures were there in the end? Over 20,000.
Sorry? Already? Sorry. No, Jeremy Paxman. Yeah. I'll just quick, as you always quickly check. Excuse me. Do you know Oh, no, that's okay. Yeah. Thank you. I'll try and interview. Hi there. Hi there. My name's Louis. I'm Louis Arrington. I'm an independent journalist. Very good to meet you, Mr. Paxman. So we have a live broadcast to a channel with over 10,000 subscribers. But would you mind telling my viewers about your guys' campaign today and what measures you'd like to see from the government going forward?
Well, the problem is that there's fuck all happens about Parkinson's.
Yeah.
And they're not doing what they're supposed to do already. So I think there's going to be no chance whatsoever of this accomplishing anything.
Definitely. So I see that. Do you think day by day you guys are gaining more traction and support online, throughout the media?
Well, it seems to be the case, yes. I've been rather surprised by the number of people who've listened to the podcast and written to us.
Yeah, definitely. And what measures would you like to see from the Prime Minister in response to you guys?
Well, I'd like him to at least to have had the courtesy to have been there.
Sure. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah, honestly, it's been a pleasure. Really good meeting you.
Good to see
Sorry.
you.
Thank you. Thanks. You can see my channel here on YouTube. We have over 10,000 subscribers. Louis Errington. Yeah. So yeah, feel free. Thank you. Yeah. It's been a pleasure. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. Do you want to say anything else to the camera about today?
No, I don't say anything else about today. No.
Okay. Yeah. Has it been effective?
I doubt it's been effective. But one's got to be realistic about it.
Yeah.
They haven't done anything for years and years and years, and we've been surprised, I think, by the number of people who've listened to our podcasts and who've come across the same problems everywhere.
Let's go.
Thank you so much once again. Thank you. Thank you. So guys, as we see, yes, thank you, honestly, yeah, thank you. No, sorry? Yeah. So guys, that was Jeremy Paxman, we just interviewed on camera. He was discussing all sorts to do, what he wants to see, especially from number 10, to look for solutions for this and maybe a potential cure in the future. We're now broadcasting down outside Downing Street, just outside the gates. At the front here. Thank you all for tuning in. It's been a pleasure covering this. We intend to cover more of these events in the future like these. Thank you once again. My name is Louis Errington. I'm an independent journalist. I cover all sorts of stuff throughout central London. So stay tuned for more content like this by hitting the bell notification button so you can get notified whenever I upload a new video or go live. Yeah, I do. Also, I think it's over. This should we end live? I'll wrap up. Okay, let's go down the stream in the background. Guys, we're going to be ending the live stream now. Thank you all for tuning in. It's been a pleasure covering this. We'll be going live again, probably this Saturday, outside, just near here, so just outside near the Cenotaph. So stay tuned for that by hitting the bell notification button so you get notified whenever I go live and upload a new video. We're also on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Facebook, so the link's in the description. You can check me out on those platforms as well. I'll be posting more short form content and a few of the interviews from today. Thank you once again for tuning in. Welcome all the new moderators who have joined the channel as well. And I'll see you all guys on Saturday when we'll be live broadcasting, showing what's actually really going on in the streets of London. As we cover everything in an unbiased perspective, we interview all sorts of people and just show what's going on impartially. But thank you once again, and I'll see you guys later. Louis Errington, tuning off now.